Hey, hello everyone. How you doing? We are live. I want to just make sure that we have this going.
I swear he hears your voice, Maya, and he comes right in the room.
Oh,
Every time. Here, let me put myself up a little higher here.
I'm trying to set up my image. Okay, come on now. Here we go. Here we go. There we are. Hello, everyone. So Mama Bear, hi. I just wanted to make sure on the other end, on YouTube's end, that it was picking up the stream from Yard Scream or whatever this is.
Yep.
StreamYard. Hello, Poopy. Hello. I see your tail. I see you, kitty. Meow.
Yep.
It's a kitty person talking
it's
to
late
you.
at night. Well, not late at night. Well, it's 10 o'clock here. It's getting a
Yeah,
little late, but he's like,
because you're Eastern.
Mommy's doing her thing, so.
He's like, I'm going to hang out with Mom. Going to sit on Mom's lap.
Look at that.
Oh, baby. Baby
Is that
kitty.
just not cute?
Oh, it's just fresh. Hi, baby. With the green eyes. Oh,
that's not me saying that to you. That's Maya.
Hi. Hi. Hello.
Say hi to
Hello.
everybody
Oh,
in
so
chat.
pretty.
Say hi to everybody in chat. Say hi.
He's
He's going to need his own channel.
You probably make more money off of him if you monetize it. I'm not kidding. You buy yourself a new house.
It's crazy.
And him a few houses. Oh, tonight, folks, we are going to be looking again at a case for the family of Ruben Peter Begay. And it comes from Arizona. The case comes from Arizona. His family are watching. So again, we want to be thoughtful to know what we say and be kind and all of that. And I don't have to tell you guys because you guys are really quite good. So what we know about Ruben Peter Begay, let me just get that page up. Apparently, I closed it. So he's missing, okay? And you might remember his face. I'll go ahead and pop over here and share so you can see what he looks like. Share screen. All right. So let's see. Wait a minute. Ruben Peter Begay. Did I? Okay. Yeah.
He's a very
all right. So yes. And he is like, you might recognize him. And remember, he had at one time his hair in braids, and he cut it and was going to, I think, get some work or that kind of thing, changing his look, changing his life a bit. Okay. And so I just want you to get a good look at him. Now, here's the details, okay, just to refresh. Okay. He is Navajo. He's from the Dine people. I think I'm going to pronounce this correctly. I hope so. Jeddito, Arizona. And he went missing December 12, 2021. Now, the family fortunately did find his vehicle, but they have never been able to find his remains or him, anything. So they're really wanting justice, and they're wanting to recover his remains so that he can be brought home with, family style and with his tribe. So he's from the Navajo Nation. He's 5'1", and was 170 pounds, eye color brown, hair color black. And he used to wear it in braids, but it was cut short at the time of his disappearing, when he disappeared. Clean shaven and typically worn sunglasses. He had a tribal tattoo on his left arm. He had a sleeve, a nice tribal sleeve design. And on the right shoulder, he had a design of a tattoo of some kind of unknown description. He normally stays in contact with his mother. by phone or by coming home, and he's not been heard or seen since December the 12th, 2021. And the Navajo Nation Police Department's number is there. It's also in the description box of this live. If you know anything and would like to do the right thing and be an anonymous tip person.
Yes, please.
Because, you know, that really does matter more than anything in life, doing the right thing. So please, please, for this family's sake, please. You know, they know that he has befallen some bad fate, and they understand that he has likely passed away because they found his burnt out car, and they just want to have his remains home. And so I ask you to do that. Okay. So that is who we're going to be looking at, his case. And I just want to say hello to you all. Hello, Hugger, Greeter TK, Dora Smith, Joan B, Calla Lily.
I say Hugger again. I was like, hey, TK.
I'm a broken record. Sherry H, whose birthday I'll be joining her on the 29th, I think. Heather, you come along. I'm taking you. Joan B. Don't worry about it, Heather. I'm making you come. All right. Vixen Doe, Dora Smith, Calla Lily. All right.
Trip.
Yeah, it's a field trip. It's Sherry's birthday. Mama Bear, Teresa Levine, or Levine. I'm sorry if I didn't say that right. So thank you all for showing up. And Aiden, I think you were here. I hope that you're feeling better. Stupid COVID. So,
Joan B has a question for you, and I will allow you to answer that because this is your channel. And I know that you have you have a concern with, you know.
Yeah, I do. Thank you. Is there anything we're not allowed to say for this? Well, yeah, we really don't want to talk about like we're going to leave any kind of really strong adjectives out. We leave it very basic. Also, nothing to do with children. No, I will not. That is what got it yanked. So, especially if there has been certain crimes, and this is not that case. So that is all. And if you're in the chat, you can pretty much type what you want, but she and I have to watch the words we choose and say. But this is on an adult, and this is the family's request, and they just wanted to know if maybe we couldn't get an idea about where he might be found, and if he would be found, of course, plus justice. So we'll be looking at these three facets again, just to see if we can tighten it up a little bit for Ruben Peter Begay.
Now, Mike, do you want me to go ahead and just share with everybody really quick?
Okay. Yep. Go right ahead. I'm going to put my mic on mute because it's noisy.
Oh, okay. So Maya sent me a couple of pictures that had been entrusted to her by Ruben's family. One of the car and one of a particular area. They feel that he may be found. And so I used my pendulum to kind of discern, you know, in the pictures, you know, so with the car, I asked, is it north of where the car is? My pendulum said no, and I went around in a circle for each of the directions. And when I got to west, I had a yes. So somewhere westerly, I received in the direction of, especially exactly where the car was facing, was pointing. And so the other picture had to do with like a cliff face, a ravine, and some hills in the distance. So again, I went through top of cliff, no, base of cliff, no, right there past over, you know, the horizon, no, but there is a ravine that you can see, or a wash. And I asked in this area, and I was holding my pendulum over each section, and that pendulum started really spinning. And so I just pulled out a deck of my cards really quick just to ask, you know, what part of the area will he be found? And I got a major confirmation with that ravine wash area. First card says dream traveler, but look at water. Second card, Great Mystery, water. Sorry about the shine, water. Third card, because I like pulling cards in threes, flowing river, right through. So he's definitely somewhere within that, in that wash. And I asked if he was buried because of sediment and rocks, and I did get a yes. And I said, but he will eventually be found because some of his remains will be exposed under from some rocks and some earth. So that's what I shared with Maya.
And the interesting thing is that I got all the same information, but with the BlackCat Tarot deck. And I was being shown that, again, yes, the family are going to be able to recover him. And I got the Eight of Wands. So it feels like he's trying to direct them. And I feel that they have been very actually close to the area where he is at. They just didn't realize how close they were, but they will understand that once he is located. And he really wants to be found. This energy was really, it would not let me read on anything else. I was trying to throw some cards for myself, just what I do to relax, and no way. It was like, Ruben, you've got hold of my tarot deck, don't you? And every time I tried to read, and I'm not kidding, I threw cards about 4 or 5 times. It was all about his case. And it was the same thing that Heather was getting. I did get that it's likely that he is somehow covered over. Now that could mean somehow, with debris or just something so that he's kind of camouflaged. It could be earth. It could be water. I don't know, but I tended to think earth because of a card I got that showed me in this deck. Let me see if I can find it, of the Judgment. After I looked from the picture, it was just something else. I wasn't going to even use this deck, but it's always one of those things where I just kind of get out of my own way. And I found this deck when I was cleaning out my closet. I'm going in my room today with my mom. So I found this.
Quick, when you were talking, I shuffled one of my, not my Kipper, but one of my Lenormands. And it said the key, which is the key card. The key is that he's going to be anchored, and look at in water.
Oh my goodness.
Anchored,
maybe weighted down.
They're going to find their child. And there's the water. He's standing in water. So, and I'm just wondering if the sun is going to come out at some point and it's going to catch something that had
to reveal.
But that's it. The key to finding their son is that he's going to be anchored down. It's going to be in the water, but it will lead to him. So that's just another confirmation that he is going to be found.
And I got really strong cards on him being found. I got him trying to guide them with the magician here. There's a BlackCat magician there. And that the best advice for them would be to open their intuition and picture talking to him and to allow him to guide them. Again, I feel like they have been very close. And that is why I feel like when Heather says that she feels that west from the car, he is not far necessarily from that direction. I get that it's around the car, not far from it. She gets west, so I would go with that. I also get that it's up and there's been some kind of an incline. It could be, I don't know, that because I was shown a mountain with the 10. This is like a cat of stone. I felt like it's up an incline or a mountainous area. And you did show me a canyon type of area. I was also shown that, I don't know if this had to do, I think he was lured. I did get that with the 5, and it shows that he'll be found. I'm just trying to find that really.
Just to interject something really quick. You know, when we read, Heather was with us when we first read on his case. Remember, she pulled out that card and it showed a cliff and a person getting kicked off of it.
And it came
Think of that picture. Think of that picture you sent
I
me
did.
today. That's like And then when I saw that,
I
went,
immediately
oh my
thought
God,
of that.
Heather's card. Heather's
I
card.
did. Me too. That's interesting you're saying that. Because I did. Let's see if I can find the one here, because it really, and there's relief that they will find him, but that they have covered him up. They've tried to, here's the 8. Now this is the 8 of Swords. You see how the 2 kitty eyes back there all the way hidden? Again, sorry about the glare. Let me just you can kind of see there. So it feels like he's camouflaged or hidden from view. Here is the Judgment card that I got for him. Now, when I was asking about will his body be found, and I was getting like, is he buried or what? This is what I got. Now look at this. Those are tombstones cracking open from dry earth. Look at the earth on the pictures that we received is a very similar color. And it's canyonous looking. So I feel like they will find where he has been. Oh yes, foul play definitely involved. They feel that he will be found. I was getting from my guides, and I think there will be some other objects of his that may attract their initial attention. That's all right. Did you get a hit?
Because when you're sitting there, because I keep going back to thinking something's going to catch their eye, like he's going to be having a ring, whether like a ring on a finger.
I just saw a reflection or something bright, yeah.
Or like a one of the rings on a belt, like on your belt buckle. And again, I got the anchor in the water, and then Maya, next card that came out, I kid you not, a ring.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
And then I got the tower. So I think like the tower with the sun is going to be what's going to...
Sudden insight of like, oh my God, there it is.
Thank you. So when I see towers, I think of, But yeah, when I was thinking jewelry, ring, belt buckle.
Something metallic and shiny.
Something's going to shine. Something's going to be flashing. And they're going to be able to catch it when that sun hits it.
Okay.
And then that ring came out.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, yeah. I even got, just remembered that in my prior polls before the show, I got Justice for him. When Justice came out, one of the first cards, and it's like, Justice, I'm always I have to be honest, skeptical. And I got to tell you, even when I'm hopeful that someone's alive, I always tend to think they're probably not. But that's why I want to read on another case over again. I might just ask us to look at the cards for another
changes.
Guy.
Energy changes.
And plus, what I've experienced is that when I've read for people that have passed on until they're found, sometimes they still feel very much earth connected, and it can be confusing to me. They might look really still. There was the time when I read on the little girl from Australia that went missing, and I got her being totally still.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I thought in all likelihood, with the stillness that I was seeing and her not being in view, hidden, I just thought, oh, that doesn't feel very good. But luckily,
that was Madeline
she was found. Right? No, that was not Madeline McCann. This is an Australian case. Gosh darn, what was her name? I'm blanking on it now. But anyways. So I also want to ask Peter, Ruben Peter Begay. I always want a tendency to call him Peter for some reason.
I want to say Peter Ruben because there's the famous artist in art history called Peter Paul Rubens.
Oh yeah, of course, the painter.
I call him Peter Paul.
Now you've just given me another name. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. So let's just see if there's anything he wants to share with the family. Because I think we've answered those 3 basics for them.
Now, does the family have an award, like money for any information, because I got the fish card on another pull that I was doing while you were talking. When it came with the tower, I wanted a little bit more information, and I got sun,
Mm-hmm.
information being revealed, and then I have the fish, not only water again, but the fish also representing money. So I don't know if they did an offer for a reward for information.
I haven't seen
Okay.
anything, but maybe they should. Yeah, was it Chloe? Was it little Chloe? Was that her name? Or is that her name? I remember, yeah, Chloe.
You still have to, really quick, by the way, Joan's comment on the screen. I don't know if you wanted to leave that up or not.
What was that?
Joan's comment. If there's anything we're not allowed to say on the video, I don't know if you
Oh,
still have that up or not.
oh, yeah, I did. Duh, sorry. Gotta take that down. This is on Ruben, please. Oops, trying to type. Not working. Okay. Okay. All right.
Unless the fish is represented in an area that might have water at a certain point where people go and fish.
Like a creek or something. I
I
don't
don't know if
know.
that's near there. That just jumped into my head too. So
Yeah. But could fish also be him being lured, pulled? Like, come on, like a I wonder, I mean, because I really feel like he was lured out there. I got a card that showed a cat with a piece of cheese trying to lure a mouse.
yeah.
And the mouse was like, oh, yeah. The family have not been able to find any remains yet. He went missing December of 2021. So they have been looking for him around certain areas that he was last at, which was the area that he was last seen at of Jeddito. I guess it's Jeddito. I'm so sorry if I'm
Maybe
mispronouncing your
Jeddito.
towns.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
Jeddito.
yeah. If I'm
Because
mispronouncing,
I lived in Arizona for 8 years and I don't remember that town.
I think it's quite small.
But it's weird that you say 1221, because since last summer, those two numbers keep popping up for Shan and I,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's continuing to do so now. So when you just said 1221, I was just like, wait, what? So that's interesting that those numbers are coming up again.
Yeah. He was missing. Yeah. December 12th.
Oh, 2021.
Mm-hmm. And he would have had a birthday. Such a shame. He would be 36 right now. But, they pretty much know that something, unfortunate befell him. Okay, so I just want to ask him if he wants us to share anything with his family.
Oh.
Getting the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like he wants to lead them to the right area, that trust him to lead them. Let me see. What else? Yeah, and the star. Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope. You're going to find me. He's just waiting to be found as well. And you haven't realized that you've been close to him. I got that earlier with the Four of Cups. It's like, they don't see me, but I'm so, they're not far. So you've been, I'm darn sure that when he's found, and I do believe really strongly he will be, that's going to be part of it. So he just wants his family to keep hope and know to keep going, to keep pursuing, to keep looking with that Ace of Pentacles, because they're going to meet their goal of finding him. And the next card I get, I'm just getting used to this deck, y'all. So this is the Queen of Cups. That's probably his sister. You know, a female that's looking for him. Can you see her? She's holding and the telescope looking. Yeah. But it is the symbol of cups. And what else do we get with her? Yeah. And there will be sorrow. There is heartbreak, but it is like you can finally mourn because you have found him.
Mm-hmm.
And once you've found, then it's kind of more final to you. It's more real. And that's why I get the Three of Swords. So there will be much tears, much sorrow. Lean into your pain and so you can cry it out. And as much as you need to do your grieving.
No.
Because I believe that you will find him.
Yes, because in northern Arizona, starting in June, July, monsoon season kicks in.
That's right. Those washes get hit.
They're going to be torrential downpours. They usually have to close off roads. So I'm thinking that this year, those monsoons are going to start washing away and loosening up sediment, stones, rocks, and that it's going to make it easier to catch a glimpse of something that will That's
what I got too. And I got the feeling, interestingly enough, prior to our coming on here together, I also got a sense of water washing something and some dirt away and revealing something, not all the way, but again, just like what she was getting, like something though that is going to catch the attention of, and I get a feeling again with the scope and looking out, there is a need perhaps to look out, maybe with a drone, find somebody maybe with a drone and just look around areas that look disturbed, like they've been, you know, because I just feel like she's, I with another card I got, she was the cat creature was looking over at a distance, but she was up high. So I feel like he's trying to tell his family to get some sort of perspective that is from above. So it makes me think, well, maybe drones. And with this Queen of Cups that I never would have thought would have a telescope in her hands, it makes me kind of get that message again to you guys.
I was thinking drone. I'm like, well, maybe not. But I really got to stop second guessing because I got the wind card just before you said that. And, and of course, it's got the hawk in there. Hawks fly up vantage point looking down.
They're my buddies. I saw them yesterday.
And then there's the hummingbird. And hummingbirds are breakthrough illusion. You know,
I just saw a hummingbird yesterday as well visit me. So I wonder if, because Ruben was so insistent with the readings, he was so strong, I wonder if he sent me that hummingbird yesterday. Anyway, sorry.
And then I got the gatherer, and also, you know, she's holding a feather, communication, and also
love that card.
Usually fall time, pumpkins.
Yeah.
You know, I know for the East Coast, and they have some of it. So I'm thinking they're going to find him somewhere around fall, late summer after the monsoons, and fall when things start becoming more revealed.
Like early September, maybe even.
Yeah, I'm really like, because I know climate, you know, is changing, and but monsoons generally, at least in Flagstaff, you know, started in around July and ended, you know, by September, you know, beginning of September. So once that all gets washed through, and then it starts to dry up a little bit, then, you know, things might start to become more easier to see, especially from a vantage point.
And Dawn Louise says that she is getting late summer also. So always look in the chat, fam. If you're here for your loved one, always look in the chat. We have other readers that will read along, and they just type in and put in stuff. So it's there's another whole rich resource in the chat log, usually. So those are the cards I get. And, he wants them to be able to release their grief. I also get the Tower. And you had gotten that. And this indicates that it will be very sudden. You will not expect it. You'll go out there again and think, I'm looking. Is this just another day looking? And it's coming sooner also than you think. And I get this 6 of Cups. He showed me this earlier. There's a lot of nostalgia. He wants you to remember him when he was alive, in the good times that you had. This is also part of his message, to remember birthdays, just goofy things he did, all the positives. That's the way he wants to be remembered, not how he passed or what happened to him or that he was out there a while. The most important thing is who Ruben is. And I say is because he's not really dead. We're more dead than they are. I'm serious. If you've ever been, I'm just going to tell you, if you've ever had an NDE, and I have, and I know other people that have, so everything on the other side, even the blades of grass, you just feel love. You feel everything is alive. Color is alive and vibrant. There truly are colors you cannot describe here. He's in a wonderful place now, but I believe that it's important for him to be able to journey on, to be found, and he is pushing for that. He also wants his family to remember him with positive nostalgia and memories, not with, how his life unfortunately ended. And I do believe he was lured. Somebody said, hey, you want some of this? Because I got the cat with the cheese. And the mouse was like, yeah, I do. Because I like cheese. Yeah. And I'd be in trouble too, because I like cheese. And here we have interesting. Oh, he's making me all kinds of hungry, dude. This is the 8 of Pentacles. And look, this is about skills. And I'm being shown the cat is making a really wonderful cake.
Oh, yeah, they were really, this was planned. This was carefully planned.
Yes, I think with the luring, that makes sense. And you got fishing. That makes me feel like it's always a saying of mine, like I got a hook in the, they got you. And the 10 of Wands. Yes. To me, this is the taking of all of his chi, all of his life force. So there will, I think, then perhaps be people that have, if you find him, people coming in to do the forensics, I would say, as specialists to recover. And they will do, it looks like a good job. Ooh, I'm getting a power surge, y'all.
So I pulled 3 more cards again, and I got Sweat Lodge, and that's for purification.
Girl, what deck is that again? I need to get it.
It's called Native Spirit.
That's it. All right, go on. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I meant to get that.
The author is actually Native herself. So
good, because I don't want to support white people appropriating their culture.
Her name is Denise Lynn. I think she's of Cherokee, if I remember correctly. But I got Sweat Lodge, and for that is cleansing. So when it comes to the rains, because I got the Sweat Lodge, I got Freedom Horse. That water is going to be just, flying. Pushing, running. That force is coming through. And then I got Spirit of Water. So he's going to be freed through the rushing of that water, the purity, wash the rain, washing everything away, purifying, cleansing. There's the water, and then that rushing through, revealing. So, yeah.
I see. That sounds good. And Kala Lily says, does the family know any Navajo trackers? They can track. They can't track his tracks now, of course, but Some of them can tune into spirit. That might help. I don't know. Um, I will ask them. Well, they'll see this, so if they do, maybe that is something they could check around within their community and ask about.
Yeah, I like to see too if they feel like it's in the picture that they sent, and having to do with the car, and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot, just to kind of see at least if we're kind of like in the right book sync, just as a confirmation, so that I know what at least what I'm getting is kind
Mm-hmm.
of is in the ballpark.
Right.
Warm.
Yeah, and then I'll be cold. We talked about that.
Yeah,
It's kind of
that
the
was me
warm.
last night. I didn't sleep well last night. Oh,
Me neither. I could have slept better. I could have slept better. So that's what I'm getting for him. And I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to look for it too, because I do a lot of those cases, and that it kind of deck might be helpful. And I definitely feel like he's just saying it's not long now, and that he will be found, I think, within a year. I do. I think within a year. It feels like it's imminent. And that always means it's never as soon as fast as we would like it, but
yeah.
spirit time, imminent, could mean any day now, or it could be a year. Um, but it's on track is what I get to happen. So I'm really glad for that.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's going to be next year. Like you said, the energy is strong enough where it's just like, nope,
Yeah.
hang on, it's coming, it's coming. That kind of.
Mm-hmm. I
And I
really
just feel
think.
that water rushing through. Just
Mm-hmm. And I got that sense of water rinsing dirt away from maybe an area that he has been placed in shallow type of ground of some kind. So I hope that, hi, Bright Smiles. I hope that's helpful. A cadaver dog. Yeah. Yeah. Hounds are really good. Maybe if they know anybody with a hound dog that can
yeah.
smell decomp, but you'd want, the problem is cost to get specialists in. And a lot of people don't just volunteer time, but it's
I
worth
shuff-
trying.
I shuffled again. Remember how I
Mm-hmm.
said that was west of the car earlier?
Yes.
Look what car popped out west.
Okay. That's
I was just
on
shuffling
point.
to change the energy a little bit, and that popped out. And I went, uh oh, and I looked, and
I'm
it said
telling
west.
you, Ruben is tuned in. You never know. Sometimes the energy is kind of half and half. Sometimes it's like on point, just like it was with Everett. Everett's energy was boing, and Ruben's energy is quite strong. It's stronger than it, I feel like, right now, than it was last time when we read on him.
Because what I understand is that when spirits, when people cross over, depending on what their life was like, what their lifestyle, what they went through, um, sometimes it takes longer for them to heal and to build that strength up on the other side. Kind of
Yeah.
like the movie Ghost, where
Yeah.
Swayze had to,
Learn how to
learn
manipulate
how to be
energy.
able to get energy, and then when he would use too much, he would get so weak and just couldn't. So it may be something to where some come through stronger than others because
I
they're not
agree.
fully healed enough, and and others their energies are right there.
I agree. I agree. That's always something. You well said. Well said. Put that to really good words. That's exactly what I think. Yeah, and from what I've felt and experienced. I had been looking for some other cases to cover, but I was. Oh wait, there's one more that I wanted to read with you on that I hadn't, and I think that one was. Um, was it Con? Oh, man, it wasn't Connor. Hang on a sec. Let me see if I can just take a look different wise. Okay. There was a case I wanted to look at, but unfortunately, a lot of the cases that I was looking at have already
been solved.
Yeah, but I'll take a look at the Canada unsolved. So in the United States, and if you are someone that has a family member that's missing, please, we read on them for free. Don't go to anyone that's going to charge you. That's not right. You know, it's different if they're like searching in water and doing that kind of thing. But, you know, if it's somebody that's psychic, quote unquote, you know, I think I found a case for us. Loretta Ann Frank Whitehorse, 1988.
And that card I just had a little while ago was a white horse.
Okay, I think we know what we're supposed to do. Okay.
I'm wondering if that was her coming through too.
It might well be. I feel like something's connecting tonight. Okay, let me see if I can share the screen.
One thing leads to another.
She's a beautiful, beautiful young lady here. You can see this is
Anne Frank. Oh, what?
Yeah.
They have that name too. Wow.
Yeah. From 1988, and from it's Whitehorse. Loretta Ann Frank is her name, and it's out of Whitehorse from the Yukon. 1988, 19-year-old Loretta Frank visited her family in Watson Lake. She said she was unhappy in Whitehorse and wanted to move back to Watson Lake. Concerned about the lack of resources in Watson Lake to treat Laura's schizophrenia, her family disagreed with the idea. Okay, so Laura returned to Whitehorse and her family never saw her again. Let me see what else.
Also, she came back to Whitehorse, but they didn't see her once she got back. Okay, she left, came back.
Well, wait a minute. This story has been updated. A previous version stated that Loretta grew up in Lower Point. The correct name is Lower Post. Laura Ann Frank had a shy disposition. The youngest of 5 children, she grew up in Lower Post, British Columbia, which is about 20 kilometers south of the Yukon border. As a teenager, Loretta was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and sometime in 1986 or 1987, she moved back to Watson Lake in the Yukon and lived with one of her brothers and his spouse. She saw a psychiatrist once a month. Watson Lake had no established psychiatrists, and a revolving roster of doctors meant Laura had difficulty finding adequate treatment. After 1 year in Watson Lake, she moved 480 kilometers west to Whitehorse, Yukon. The city's social services seemed better to suit her needs, and she lived in an assisted living facility and soon found employment. Now, here's like the signpost, forest. Here's Watson Lake, Yukon, the Alaskan Highway, I guess. And let's see here. That's basically the same thing. So Watson Lake has a population of 790. I can imagine what that was in the 80s. Let's see, several months later, over Thanksgiving weekend in 1988. Yeah, okay, so that's when she went to visit the family in Watson Lake. And they didn't want her. So something happened when she was returned back to Whitehorse. According to her friends, Laura might have been dating a man from Haines, Alaska, before her disappearance. His identity, remains unknown. And by early 1989, her family had begun searching for her. They say they reported her missing to the police, but guess what? They dismissed her as a runaway. The RCMP denies having received a report. How convenient.
Oh, yeah.
until 1993 and blame her family for the delay. By the time an official investigation was opened, 5 years had passed since she was last seen. And they checked hospitals, government agencies in Canada and the US, but no sign of her was ever found. And the delay in investigating her is just another, as it says, example of systemic apathy towards murdered and missing Indigenous women. So here's her details. She's Loretta Frank, sometimes goes by Laura. She was described as Indigenous, 5'8", approximately 100 pounds. That's very slender, 5'8". I'm 5 foot and about 100 pounds. And I'm like pixie size. She's a lot taller than me. She's very slender. She is a member of the Totlan First Nation of British Columbia and wore prescription glasses at the time of her disappearance. And after 31 years, her family hopes for her to come home. She would now be around 50 years old.
Oh my God, she'd be my age.
Yes, this happened. She went missing around 88, 89. So there's her picture. Okay. All right. Let's see what we can get on her and if she will be found. So let me put her name in here.
It's weird how some cards say it just so.
Oh my God, this just fell out.
Oh,
Judgment. Judgment. And with the tombstones. Sorry, that just I mean, like I was just trying to shuffle. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, when you just said tombstones, I'm using the Muse because it's it's a female deck, and I got the Hierophant, and so you said that it looked like yours was tombstones, but these lighted lamps, they're for like guiding or guidance or for like beacons towards this individual. But when you said tombstones, when I saw this, I was thinking tombstones as well because they're coming up out of the ground. Like
yeah, and it is talking about judgment. Is talking about shedding a skin, like you are completely different from who you had been. It's renewal and rebirth, and it can mean also people being held to account.
Yeah, she was young, page of inspiration. So she very, hot, say hot-headed, emotionally charged, also with these colors, very creative, probably, but had, really enjoyed the arts, expressing, needing to express. And I do believe with the mental health because I got the 9 of emotions. She had a hard time balancing her emotions. And then I got the 2 of voices, and she was schizophrenia. There's the schizophrenia hearing the voices. The 2 of voices.
Boy, that one really.
Yeah. So the emotions. So you got, with the Hierophant looking for something, or she came back, I think, looking for something higher than herself, looking for someone to look up to.
And they did say she may have been dating a man from Haines, Alaska.
Well, with that page of inspiration, which would have been wands, and then the 9 of emotions, just, all of this emotion, I can imagine that from the page of inspirations and then the voices. So, yeah, I'm getting that she did have a mental health diagnosis, and of course back then, treatment, and lack of resources were really shitty.
Yes.
At least I'm grateful that they are improved now for my time.
Yeah.
Just wish that
That it would have been
give her
better years ago.
And I'm just wondering if these little lamps might also represent people that she looked up to that would, that would ultimately lead to the ultimate, whether medication, individual, or some sign of hope. Um, these could be individuals, different medications, um, just trying to give her that clarity, that
Mm-hmm.
connection. Um, and with that two of voices, just one grab the same girl grabbing her hair, like just like I can't take it anymore. I can't stop hearing, that
Dry,
auditory.
yeah, it would dry. I mean, literally, it would just be torture.
Yeah.
Poor baby.
So those were the initial ones I laid down for her.
And I got the 9 of Wands, and it shows the stones here. I'm sorry, these are swords, the 9 of Swords, which is also typically a card that does talk about head injuries or people that have mental health issues often. And the card that came with it is which one is this? This is I think this is maybe the Hermit. Yes, 9. But it shows a cat in a boat. And look at the light. I think,
Oh, I love that deck.
I do too. I didn't think I would like it as much. So when I look at these two together, it's telling me, she was definitely wanting to feel better and trying to go toward initially at first. But then I get the Ace of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. She ends up feeling very stifled, controlled, like she cannot, that she's not free. There's buried trauma or something here. But this also indicates to me that she's hidden, or that, and the Ace of Pentacles to me suggests that she could be found. I get
Because
this.
I haven't gotten anything that makes me think she's passed so far.
Well, these, it's hard for me to say. That 8 of Swords makes me definitely feel like she's bound in some way, like she's not free to move, whatever that may mean. And the Ace of Pentacles, I don't know. The seven of Swords comes up, and then the 6 of Wands. So I feel like there is going to maybe be some kind of headway made. I'm getting something. What am I getting from that? 7 of Swords.
I got the 7 of Inspiration, which would be the Wands in this deck. And it shows here she's holding back the darkness. She was strong. She was centered. She was holding it, and she was waiting for that light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. She was determined to, keep herself.
Try and do better. Oh, I get the Lover's card. Oh no. And then I get the 5 of Wands. That's not good.
Oh dear. No.
That to me is like lovers that are fighting. And I'll show you what that looks like. Here's the fight scene.
Yeah.
And there's the lovers, the 2 that are on the staircase, kind of right here.
Oh boy. I was hopeful. I did get the 7 of Emotions. So it's kind of illusionary, delusional. But then I got the 10 of Emotions, which is, a happy card. Emotionally happy, emotionally fulfilled. So that's interesting. I'm
getting the 3 of Pentacles, and I'm getting the 7 of Cups. It makes me feel like definitely this is the mental lack of clarity. the three, is trying to work on something with another person. This is reaching out to other people. So I feel like this is somebody that she knew and maybe even worked with. They said that she did get a job, but I feel like there was some fighting going on. And I don't know, for all I know, she may have been fighting with somebody that she was seeing, and then who knows, maybe talk to somebody that she was working with. Because there's something about the place of work or somebody that she works with and having either fantasies, or it could be her own lack of clarity about somebody that she's working with and their intentions toward her. Here I'm getting the, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Three of Wands. Information further out. I think one of the things that they would have need to have looked at would have been where she was working.
Oh, yeah. I got the 10 of emotions. I mean the Muse of emotions, and that shows a woman, a double woman of drinking. I'm wondering if she might have had, because a lot of people with mental illness, especially back then, to get rid of it, like one we were reading the other night for Wendy, to deal with the mental health and everything. The only way that people could, deal with it was to go to drinking, or other substances. I wouldn't be surprised if she had that same problem, because there's the emotions. There she is. She's drinking. Seven of materials, trying to find her way. Trying to make her path. But at the end, I got the 3 of swords or voices, just absolutely
splintering of the mind.
Yeah, and the tears.
And Vixen doses traffic. I don't think so. I think someone may have wanted to do that, but I don't think that they got that far. That's just my feeling. And Calla says, I got the 3 of swords to clarify the 5 of wands. Yeah. Broken heart, betrayal. 5 of wands is usually for me some kind of at least a heated verbal fight, if not usually physical. And it's usually physical. I get the star. I do get the star. So there is hope in this case. For some reason, there is yet hope for her to be found. I do think that she has passed.
I'm going to shuffle one of my Lenormands and then see what the cards on the death between the.
Look at this one. I think she may be buried.
Oh dear.
That is Earth. That is the 4 of Earth. And yeah. Could that be in I know it's about as helpful as an extra thumb, but it looks like a natural area that there's trees. I'm showing a lot of trees. And a bridge with the 7. This is something that was a little more hidden. I think it was the direction that she went in. Oh, you got the D. Oh, okay, just a wild guess. Well, often it is, and I'm sure somebody devious enough could have wanted to, but I almost wonder if her meltdown may have made someone lose their temper with her. That's just my feeling, but I don't know.
Well, sometimes, they can become violent depending on, what spectrum of the schizophrenia is.
Yeah.
And she may have become violent, and someone defended themselves, but a lot of times too, it's usually the individual who has the illness, the disorder or the illness, that they're singled out and they're attacked because of that.
Yeah. So I'm going to just ask if she was attacked because she was having problems with her mental health. And did someone she was close to or seeing do something that caused her to pass? Well, I'm getting a King of Pentacles. No, that's a Queen. This is the Queen. And I'm getting justice, not justice, judgment again. So it's about someone's behavior. It's about change from the past. And the interesting thing is the Queen in this looks down. She's looking down. She doesn't look happy. There's kind of a sorrow feeling. I don't know, because she would be our age now, so maybe this is her identifying as the Queen of Pentacles, or maybe she's saying there's a Queen of Pentacles that might know.
In my Lenormands, I got the woman card because I shuffled and then I went looking for the death card, the coffin. And what was interesting was I got the two the swans. So that's coming together. There's a relationship there.
And I get the Empress.
Obstacles.
Which
caused. Now there's a bridge crossing over.
And I got that bridge earlier too in my cards. Not in my And
then there's information. Like there's the moon. So secrets hidden. Things are going.
She's been hidden.
Yeah, secrets are being hidden about what truly happened to her. Which of her, that's interesting. Okay, which led to, because this is the compass. So there was something to do in this relationship. It hit, obstacles. It caused her to cross over, and I think it might have been having to do. Oh, Heather, I hate to use, but lunacy, the moon. It affects people emotionally, mentally.
Yeah, does
physically.
Me.
So that could have been what this is pointing at. That's the catalyst. It had to do with her mental health. Something occurred. There was a cycle. And then after that, then I got the death card. And so the last 4 was anchor again. So
Stability.
Stability. I'm going from death to stability, but then I also think I get the book. So there's secrets. Somebody knows. Someone's going to be writing a letter, or correspondence, and it has to do with, and it's a woman. I got the nudity, people. Sorry.
I got the grow up, people. Come on, a boob is a boob. Anyway, I get the Queen of Pentacles, and I got the Empress. So it could be like there could be a mother-like figure that I think knows something or might figure something out.
The girl's mother herself, maybe. I mean,
if she's still, that's it's been a while, but I'm curious if she has other family. But there's definitely, I get 2 females. So it could be her and another, or it could be 2 other females besides herself.
I'm getting all of a sudden I'm getting this like excited feeling like, yeah, yeah, kind of like keep going,
Like that's
keep
it.
going,
You're
keep
getting
going,
closer.
keep with us talking, and you're saying something too. They're just like there's something, and I just kind of got like this little burst of energy, and it just kind of felt like, yeah, keep going, yeah, keep
And
showing
here's the
keep
hangman delay. Look at this through different eyes. Expand our way of thinking. I'm trying. Gosh
Well,
darn it.
I'm going to do use another deck really quick, but then I'm going to also ask the pendulum right out if
I'll get my pendulum.
Loretta has passed
I'll
or if she
use mine.
passed her disappearance. Oh, well, first card I got was peace. She's at peace.
Finally, poor baby. Wait a minute, I gotta fix my.
Oh my goodness, the void. Yeah. Yeah, got the void and then the beauty card.
I'm getting a yes. I'm getting a yes. And it's getting stronger. Okay. So I got a yes for her having passed away. That's interesting. While I was concentrating on Heather, I got the Seven of Swords, the Devil, and the Page of Pentacles.
So Page of Pentacles, somebody younger. And, well, that could have been her. Or the person that she might have met up with.
Or did they take
Finances.
something from her? It's very oppressive. Seven of Swords, this is hidden. This is oppressive, what was done to her.
It was masculine too. Fear. She's accepted her death, and then I got the masculine. So there's a male involved in it. She was in a relationship.
Do you see this below? I just put it.
I got the boy. Boy.
Yep.
They're movies.
Boy. And I got the Lovers.
Got regret, but acceptance.
I'm going to ask if it was her boyfriend that was responsible.
I think so because she was afraid. I got the card with the birds. Oh, the ache inside, the fear, the suffering.
Let's see.
Maybe she stayed with him because he accepted her. There's an acceptance.
Yeah, and I'm getting a yes, actually, with when I ask, was it the person she was seeing? And it's picking up. Yes. I've been practicing with my pendulum, and I'm actually enjoying using it.
Oh, I gotta send you a link. I don't know if I already did, but there's this woman. Those that lunatic Lenormand that I bought, those really cool like Victorian kind of gothic cards.
Oh yeah.
She made a it's got the rubber matting on the bottom so that it sticks. And on the top she's got their circles are about this big for pendulums. And it's got the zodiac, it's got months on it, it's got yes, no, numbers.
I just ordered one of those for
really?
$11. Yeah, I just found one on sale for it's like a 6-inch. And it's got that, and it's neat. It's got a blue wash on it, which appealed to me.
I found her on Etsy. Yeah.
It's got to be this. Well, there's a few of them, but I picked one up just today for like 11 something because I had to write it in my expense book. But I was really happy to find it on sale. Yes, I was reading about whether or not her life had passed, and I got a yes. That's, with the with the pendulum. Oh, that's a little pinched. So I think it's possible that they could end up finding her remains someday. I have to say, the pessimist in me will say that, don't make promises you can't keep. But I'm being shown hope. So I have to say that I see it. You can use anything for a pendulum. You just need something that you can use as a weight, and it doesn't have to be anything expensive. Get it on sale. And the little boards and stuff, like this one you can use. It's got the different times of the year: Yule, Samhain, Imbolc, all around it. And very cheap, super great. I like just setting it on my lap so I can just have a little table, so to speak. Bones last. Oh, I'd love to have bones. I really do. I'm hankering for some bones.
Oh, for reading?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, one of those boards, Mama Bear says. Oh, the death card flew out of the deck with Don Louise. Yeah. And Joan B says, I have a lamp pull chain from a fan with a glass crystal on it. Yeah, that right there is a pendulum. And any of those little things that you hang up in the you could even use one of them in the sunlight, the sun catchers. But let's see, what else should we look at? Should we look at whether or not they're going to do something? We're going to watch our language, but so that we don't have kids afraid to go to school, because there doesn't seem to be any.
I know after we got off that night, I was just like, it was weird. It was just like, it was almost numb. You get to the point where you're just like, oh, it's becoming like this everyday occurrence. And it's starting, people are starting to get desensitized to it, or not. I'm just like, oh,
I think so.
And I still can't and it's weird because I keep seeing, I'm afraid to look at pictures if they show.
Yeah, I haven't been able to. I've seen one of the pictures that was just it's hurting too deeply.
Because I keep seeing a child's face picture in my head, and I'm thinking, oh, that couldn't be one of the kids. And then it's like, we'll go look and find out. And I'm like, I don't want to find it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes it's like, you know what, just pray for them. Oh, Lily, you meant her bones. Yes, her bones would be definitely, they do last a long time. And I do feel like with that 8 of swords that we got for her, that she is something, confined as well. It's not good. Yeah, no pictures. No. I wanted to practice with my pendulum, Mama Bear says. So I asked on my Instagram if anyone want to ask me a yes or no question that they already know an answer to. No one messaged me. Well, that's just a bummer. You know what I just do? I just ask myself a question like, do I need to do my roots? We all know that I do.
Me too.
And it says yes. It's really enthusiastic that I should do my roots. Well, not yet. I'm lazy. So I just go ahead and use myself.
For me, it's money.
Oh, yes. I'm so glad I don't have to worry about school shootings. I didn't mean to say that. When I send my kids to school. Yeah. I feel bad. If my kids, even one of my daughters even said that, she said, if I had kids, I'd homeschool them. And she doesn't plan on having kids, but.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way that they're,
I couldn't, I would be like, I'm just one of those people that, if I get some free time on my hands, I got to make sure I don't let fear, especially nowadays. But it's just like, when my girls went to school, it's not that those didn't happen, because my kids were born in the 90s, and into the 2000s, that's when they started, 95 and 2000.
Because we got internet, so everything was being broadcast all over and wide for everybody to see. And now they're like, well,
They
that's
get
what
the
I'm
idea.
going to do. I'm going to get my name out there, and I'm going to do it. And that just, I think if a lot of these people didn't get their pictures shown or their names mentioned, that might help lower the number of these situations. Because then they're going to be like, well, why bother? My name's not going to be on the news. My picture's not going to get out there.
Mm-hmm. And Calla Lily says, grocery stores, movie theaters, churches, the places aren't the problem. It's the people.
Yep.
Yeah. And Doris Smith says, when my daughter went to school, the school kept having bomb threats. Yeah, even now my girls were out of school when this happened, thank God. But I do recall there being bomb threats even to the small school, this little sleepy community here. It's just, what's wrong with people? They want attention. And I just don't think that they're paying attention to their kids and investing anything in their kids, because if their kids have this bad self-esteem that they think that this is the answer, nobody's giving them any real effort of feedback, with them. People need to invest and take time with their kids.
Well, I know Nine, I can't think of her name, but from Nine's Corner, she did a reading and posted a video today. And she said that she saw that within the cards, that within the next 10 years, she got the Hope card or something like that, that laws are going to be enacted within 10 years. And I'm thinking, we can't wait 10 years. We got to do it now.
No. Can you imagine 10 more years? This is only cranking up. We don't have 10 years. We don't have 10. Can you imagine how many kids will be dead in 10 years? I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but really that's what it is. They're not, it's not the schools that, I'm sorry, that the senators' kids go to, You don't hear about any of their schools having these problems. And until they start to see that they are not going to get elected or something like that, I don't think. Guns aren't cheap, Joan B says. I can't afford one. No, they're not cheap. But, I suppose if you know the right kind of people, you can make all kinds of deals or something.
Kid, from what it said, this kid's 18 and he bought 2 rifles. So how did he get a hold of 2 rifles? Did they check? This is what.
T's and I's are not being crossed and dotted. It does happen in the wealthy areas too. But mostly it's usually in areas where we have minorities. True.
I mean, I thought
now it's happening everywhere.
Sandy Hook was going to be the only, I didn't think anything like Sandy Hook would happen again, because people would be more, because when Sandy Law happened, the whole thing going around the country was saying, okay, we're going to have, but people protecting their doors. Nobody's going to be able to come in, this and that. And a lot of people just didn't want to bother doing it either. They're just like, oh, and it's a different time that we're living in.
Yeah.
And measures are going to have to be taken to ensure the safety of these kids. And if that means bulletproof glass in your school windows,
and there should be
doors.
Yeah, I went to Topeka High School in Topeka, Kansas for I think my sophomore year or something. And it was a school that had problems, especially during the 60s when there were really as there are growing now, racial tensions. And there were problems with there people being found dead out on the school tracks. At least that was what the rumor was when I was there in about 85. And they had guards that had dogs. And the guards got to know the kids, and they were really good. And it kind of makes me think we should have that. And there should be friggin' metal detectors. I'm sorry. You're going to do it at the airport, and if they're not willing to do what they need to do, we got to find something. Oh, Sandy Hook was a wealthy area. Yeah. I guess, anywhere some disgruntled kid that thinks they have a right and a parent that is not checking on them, trying to get them,
with Sandy Hook, it was the mother was actually a teacher at the school. And
yeah, for a while. And then she got really weird. She got prepper crazy.
And okay, because he got the weapons from her stash.
Yeah,
at home.
She had
killed her. That one and did well, it's you can't get around certain words.
Yeah,
he took did her that life and then
went to the and did what he did. Yeah, I just think that if like Calla Lily says that this one the kid took a job at Wendy's especially. And then once he got the money, he quit. So
because he was claiming they wouldn't let him graduate is what made him do it. There's got to be more than just him not graduating.
Yeah, I read that too.
More deep rooted than that.
I think so too. I think so. I think the kid was frustrated, and he just wanted to take it out on the world and let someone else, let some other parents feel the pain or something. That's what it seems like. Yes, knives have been a problem in the UK. Big problem. And Don Louise is saying knives have been a big problem here. They ran knife amnesty, and that helped. Like when they did something similar in New Zealand after that mass thing that happened there.
That. And that guy did it live too on his, like the kid in Buffalo did in my town.
God, I couldn't even bother to read into the details about it. It gets to me to the point that it becomes so toxic, I have to step back. And so I didn't know
that one of the schools on that kid's list was one that had my grandniece and grandnephew. Yeah.
You told me that. That's right.
So we really need to do more to protect our children.
Yes.
$3,000.
Yeah, and let's see.
And they didn't question him. Well, this is Texas, people.
Yeah. And Calla Lily says some fight over a phone bill also can't be the root of it. Calla Lily says
killed his grandmother too.
He did?
He killed the grandmother first and then took off, ran the car off the road, got out, grabbed his
We don't want to go too into detail here because I don't want the live to have the same problem as we did last time. Yeah.
But
if you want to read more, it's there. I can only read about it. Yeah, I can't watch. Yeah.
I can't watch either.
Shield Maiden. I put up her to talk about something a little different, a little lighter note. I did post in the community tab section area a little bit of her band practice with her mate. So if you want to check that out, it's a bit of fun. And she also did a really cool law of attraction, another deck of cards I want to get.
Ooh. I know it's like there's so many decks that I want to get. But when it came to about laws, with my Lenormand, I did get fish. So money is going to be an issue. Money with, the N,
R,
A.
So we just did it. Creative.
Because of them, they're going to have to come together. They're going to have to cross and come together. And it's going to be difficult because you've got these people still in office. But I also did get that for me, most of the men to me represent, the political, especially the specific ones, like in with McConnell and, Rubio and all of them, and the little imps in Texas. And but in time,
Did you say a little imp in Texas?
the little imps in Texas. But in time, they're going to come together and they are going to write up something.
A new bill. That looks like some kind of new bill or new amendment.
Letter,
maybe?
yeah, amendment. So I just hope it doesn't take 10 years.
Let's see if we can get a time thing. Let me ask where did I set that down? This is my problem. I set down my pendulum, and where the heck did it go? There's my cards. It's probably on my lap. No. Oh, here it is. It's on my leg. All right.
Yeah, I got my pendulum out too.
Let's see. Let's say within the next, if anything, will we get anything that's really going to take traction within the next year? Within a year, because we'll have more shootings. There will be more. I'm getting yes.
Yeah. I guess if there would be progress made in bill, gun reform. I'm getting a yes.
And I'm getting this year, but late, like I'm looking at toward the end of the year. It's actually hitting on Maybon. And it's swinging towards April or Easter, Ostara. But to me, it just means yes also. So I think hopefully there'll be something starting within this year. David Hogg wants to have a nationwide protest in June. Good.
Well, I guess if there's going to be initial bills and things being written, it's like different states are going to be able to probably, write their own certain laws, not amendments yet, but I guess if it was going to start this year, and I did get yes. I made sure I said 2022, and I said within the next 5 years, will this have caught up and caught basically momentum, and it said yes. So hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. And Don Louise says, did anyone see Ted Cruz avoiding questions? No, I try not to look at Ted Cruz because it makes me want to damage my very costly and that I can't replace laptop.
Yeah, he's upset because he's feeling now that people are using this shooting as for politics for elections. Yeah.
I cannot.
And it's like, dude, really?
When are they gonna go away?
I don't know, but I wish they would soon.
Yeah. Oh, he is
someone needs to, be a kitty cat with a piece of cheese.
That's right. Come on, Ted. It's a holiday, Ted. It's a free holiday, Ted. You can go. Yeah. So Don Louise says that was him. Hogg was on CNN earlier. I heard a guy talking about the protests and that he thinks things will change this time. I think so too.
I don't know who Hogg is because I don't do the what news either.
Yeah, he was one of the kids that was in one of the earlier shootings at the school.
Florida? Was the one in Florida?
Okay. Yeah, it was in Florida. And oh yeah, Marjorie Cuckoo Green. She's just, I've read the comments that she made and is just like, these people take crazy pills every day. I don't know. They make me feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
She won. She won her primary again by a landslide, pretty much.
Oh, she's so gross. When is she going to go away? That's what I want to know.
When are any of them going to go away? Sounds like your kitty cat's playing with the toy. I've been hearing that on and off.
Yes, she
is.
is.
Their toys.
Yes, she's playing with my youngest. Gotta go make a cup of tea. Awake now, huh? Got you now. You're awake, Shield Maiden or Mandy. I got so mad I kicked myself out. Yeah, see, I it winds me up so bad that and it puts me in such a foul mood. I try to limit.
They all do.
Mm-hmm. They're just, it's maddening. It's just maddening.
Like, no, they're going to use this to go after, you know,
they're going to get
the
our
Constitution and everything.
It's like when they kept saying that Obama was going to take their guns and he never did in 8 years. You know, it's like, come on, guys. You thought that then, you know, can you not see that the
people
repeating
don't
pattern?
That when the original Second Amendment was written, it was in a time and era when they were using musket balls, ARs, AKs, all of these types of
automatic, semi-autos.
Automatic weapons did not exist.
Mm-hmm. And there's no need for them. You don't go hunt deer with them.
And they can't get it around their God-loving or unloving minds.
Thick as a brick.
And it all has to do with money. And somebody was showing, and this was factual. Someone was going through and showing on the video. Oh, it was Cash Peters that the NMA has paid like $1.3 million to McConnell. One was 1.5 to. I mean, they were going down the list of the major Republicans that, you know, the NRA, you know, donates to their campaigns. And there was at least a list of 20 or so Republicans that all got at least $1.3 to $1.5 million.
Cha-ching. Good grief.
It all has to do with, but Cash Peters posted it. So if anyone wants to see, you know,
go over to Cash Peters's.
Yeah, he posted it on his video.
Yes. So it looks like there will be some changes coming around.
Soon enough.
Yes. Should there any other questions before we close out the live? I'm getting a little like.
Yeah, and I gotta use the ladies' room. And what? Oh, want to say good night? Okay, come here.
Let's see, kitty.
Come on.
Oh, come on, say good night.
The other one is
Auntie Maya.
Here you are.
Night, cuddles. Oh, so cute. Hi.
Good night to everybody.
Night, cuddles. Kitty.
Oh, look, he's looking at you. He
hears you. I love you, kitty.
Love
you. And Bear, I can hear her. You can hear her bell.
Oh, look at his ears. He hears her playing.
Oh, do you hear my kitty? She's a black kitty too. That was Bear. Ugh. Did you get fluff in the nose?
Yep. Shedding.
It usually sticks to my lip gloss.
Oh, is that when you go like this and then you get it in your mouth?
Yeah, and you're like, oops, flip.
Yep, the new star of the show. You want your own channel? It took the Iroquois to turn the musket into a
rapid fire weapon. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Wasn't sure. Organization that shall not be named also took a pile of cash from Uncle Vladimir Putin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they're all into his,
business.
His pocket, yeah.
Daddy's got money, that's why. Will Boris Johnson get kicked out of government? Let's take a look. Bojo, the clown, needs to go. But
Bojo.
he keeps, I know, I had to say it like that when I read it and not laugh. Yeah, I'm laughing. But he keeps hanging on. You just keep me hanging on. Sorry.
Yes.
Why don't you be a man about it, Bojo?
And set me free.
Free.
Set your people free.
Yes.
What? Let me shuffle.
All right, let me see. I'm going to ask, will Bojo be thrown out? I'm getting yes. And it's yes.
Oh, this. Okay. Yeah, these really aren't the cards, Mozzie. You know, you're not making it easy for me.
No, she says that's exactly what I intended.
You, my little boy.
She says, I love you, Mommy.
Oh, and if anybody hasn't seen it, I didn't know even it existed. But 2 years ago, the Go-Go's released a documentary. And boy, was that an insight into the punk scene of the 80s.
Ooh,
Everything that they went into. I bought it. I got it on
do you remember the name?
Amazon Prime. And yeah, go check it out. See, they were doing all the 80s things. Yeah, those girls were. I thought when I was a little girl, oh, look at, they're so pretty and they're so nice. And, growing up.
You didn't know the half of it.
And then I'm just like kind of watching that last night going, why? I felt kind of disappointed, but at the same time, I'm like, it's the music business. What do you expect?
That's right. They ruin everything.
And what I learned something new about the Go-Go's was that Gina and Jane were actually in a relationship.
Yes. Oh, you didn't know that.
I didn't know that. Nope. Growing up, I did not
Pretty
know that.
hot.
And I was like, okay.
Wow, that blew my socks out.
This year.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that he's going to go. Let me just try it again because I am learning to use this. But let me just see.
Be quiet now. Let Auntie Maya do her thing.
Is Boris Johnson going to have to leave? Yes.
I got weird cards.
It's moving, yes.
I'm thinking it might have to do with health, too. I got the tree.
Well, he did have COVID.
And I got the wishing well. I don't know. For me, his well's drying up. I mean, his popularity.
It's like his time is like that, sands through the hourglass or something.
Mm-hmm. Like sands through the hourglass. These are the days of ours.
Mama Bear says, I'm going to watch that tomorrow. Thank you, Heather, for letting us know about that documentary. Yeah, there's a lot. And you know what, guys? There's a lot of cool free music documentaries on YouTube. So
what I did know, too, was that Jane Whelan, after 40 years or so, just discovered recently that her depression and everything, she's got bipolar, just like me.
Oh, wow.
And
there you go.
And she had attempted, what?
Yeah. Poor darling.
More than once. She's been like that her whole life. And it's surprising because she's, her energy, her playing, her music, and she still looks damn good.
I'm just glad we...
Gina, not so much.
Who?
Gina, my drummer.
Oh.
She...
a little harsh.
She's
don't want to...
Well, as we get older, but with the drummer, I would think she would have been, more, but she can still those
beat those skins.
Beat those skins.
Yes, kitty. All right, you guys, we are going to sign out. Thank you so much.
Yes,
and make sure that you put your paws up or a thumb up and your way out. And we will see you next. Paws up. That's so cute. Yes.
And we will. Like, what the hell are you doing?
Crazy lady. And we will see you next Thursday. And if you want to, if you have some unsolved crimes that you want to send for next Thursday, I have no idea what time it is. Email me at Maijas, MAIJAS tarot @gmail.com. It's in the description box. And we'll be happy to look at it. Okay?
Yep, most definitely. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone. Bye. Be good. Be nice to yourself, too.
Yes.